This is Kevin McCain with Kevin McCain Studios. We're going to continue our conversation on color. And what we're going to talk about is something that I found somewhat confusing when I was in college, and that is warm and cool colors. Now, I want to let you know that there is your broad warm and cool colors and your more detailed description of warm and cool. And that's where I got kind of confused. So if you can keep in your mind that you have your basic warm and cool relationships, and then you have the more detailed warm and cool relationships, it can make it a little easier for you. So with your primary colors, you'll hear that reds are warm, blues are cold, and some people will say yellows are warm as well, but I like that they're neutral, and many other people will describe them as neutral. They can go either way. And that's with your primary colors, red, yellow, blue. With your secondary colors, green, orange, or purple, your oranges are warm, your violets or your purples are cool, and again, your greens can go either way. They can be neutral. We call them neutral in that they can lean either warm or cool. So that's your basic description of warm and cool colors. Now, every color itself, you will hear people describe them as having a warm and cool side, and this is just what they are talking about when they say that. If they're saying, hey, lay out a warm and cool yellow, they're talking about yellows that lean more cool or more green, like your lemon yellows, your cad yellow lights. Those colors, your Hansa yellow lights, those yellows are more green, so they are your cool yellow. Your yellows that are your cadmium yellow deeps, your cadmium yellow mediums, Hansa yellow deeps, they lean more orange. That is your warm yellow. Your red, your cadmium, red lights, reds that lean more orange are your warm reds. Your reds that lean more violet are your cool reds. Again, when we drop down to blues, ultramarine blue is a blue that leans towards the violet family, so it is my cool blue. And my blue, phthalo blue, is a blue that leans more green, and it is more towards the yellows. It is my warm blue. And when I go down to my secondary colors, for my violets, my warm violets would be violets that are more red. My cool violets would be violets that are more blue. My oranges, oranges that lean more red, that lean more red are my warm oranges, and my oranges that lean more yellow are my cool oranges. With greens, my greens that lean more blue are my cool greens, and greens that lean more yellow are my warm greens. So when people are talking about warm and cool blues, warm and cool reds, yellows, oranges, violets, greens, that's what they're referring to. And these can help as you paint to identify and be able to mix warm and cool colors. Also remember that warm and cool is in context as well. You know, if I had all my blues and my violets and my greens, like if I use this green and these blues and these two violets, what would seem more warm is the red violet, because in context against all this other stuff, it's going to seem fairly warm. Whereas if I had a painting that's mostly, yellows and reds, like over here in this family, and I would have my colors that would seem the most cool would be my violet red. It's a red. You'd think, wait a minute, it should be warm, but no, it's going to seem cooler in context to some of these others. So, and same thing with this yellow. These are going to seem like my colors they're going to be very warm in context. And then as you begin to mix, depending on variations of intensity and different things, you can create much more sophisticated relationships of warm and cool. This has been Kevin McCain with Kevin McCain Studios. You can find out more about my painting workshops, my artwork, and get art tips at kevinmccainstudios.com. Thank you. Have a great day.